Hello, Gemini Nation. Welcome to your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. I hope all is genuinely well. This may be a reading that may resonate with you if you happen to have Gemini in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dominant in your natal chart. 7th house placement, or if you're dealing with a Gemini, you got a heavy in your houses. This might be a reading that may resonate for you. Before we get started, there are a few things that I would like you to keep in the back of your mind. This reading is general. So this automatically means that not every detail mentioned in this reading may be a fact to your story. Listen to this with an open mind, always. Some of the things that could be playing out in the reading could be something that you could be observing. But always use discernment and discretion because I may not even be talking to you. This may not even be your reading. If you'd like a reading based on your own personal energy, I Celine, you can book a reading on my website, which happens to be angelicascensionstarot.com. We're always going to discuss delicate topics, trigger warning. If that's not your thing, maybe come back to this at a time where you can maybe take in the details. Let's get into it, Gemini Nation. See what's playing out for you over the next 7 days. Some of you are obviously dealing with a Cancerian or a Scorpio. You're dealing with another Gemini or a Virgo. I think maybe you communicate for a living. We're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to what you do for a living and your purpose and all of that. No, maybe I should just address it now. I think you are someone who is here to motivate and uplift others with your knowledge. Some of you, maybe you have a very strong taste for music, or you have a very strong pull towards literature, music, movies, this sort of thing. You got a Taurus that just entered your reading. Seems like people are seeing you as intelligent, as clever, book smart even, Gemini. I think this week you might be generating some very positive ideas that you might be sharing with other people. I think you might be doing what you're very passionate about, or if this is not you yet, or you're doing something that you're very passionate about, I think that you're going to find your way. I think that's what this week is kind of showing you. What's the issue this week is control. This feels like this is a week where you might feel like you can't really fully control your circumstances. Or you might have someone in your situation that could possibly be controlling. Let's see what this is about. It looks like you have someone coming back to communicate with you, Gemini. Some of you, this is a family member that could be coming back. For others of you, it's a Queen of Wands. For some of you, this is you. Maybe you're not a Gemini sun. Maybe a Gemini is a different placement for you, but you could possibly have fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in a significant placement in your chart. Oh, some of you might be communicating with your children, especially if you haven't seen your children or a child in a while. You might have a pet Gemini that could be relevant to you around this period of time. You might be showing a lot. I think you're very affectionate with animals. I think you're actually very good with animals. But I do feel like something is kind of affecting your health. Could possibly be affecting your mental health. Something going on with the throat area as well. So you could possibly be having sore throats. Maybe there's something that you need to say, and maybe you feel like someone is trying to keep you quiet. Gemini, unless this is a child that may want to say something, but they are maybe the quiet type, or they're the type that pushes things down. Hey, sweet Carolina. We'll talk about that part later. Okay. Somebody has done you wrong. All kinds of wrong. And this person is about to be exposed. See, it seems like you're concerned about your home life. You're concerned about family members or a family member. If it's not your stability that you're concerned about, or your personal space that you're concerned about, it seems like you're concerned about the personal space in the home of someone else. Oh, some weird packing and moving. There could be some short distance travel that you could be doing around this period of time, Gemini or cross watcher. Maybe you're going to someone's house. This could be a sign that you could be moving into a new place. Especially if maybe you've had an issue that's been holding you back from being able to move. I think you have some sort of challenging circumstance. Okay, let's just talk about what this week is about to bring for you. Because it seems like there's been some worries on your mind, subconscious worries. Maybe there's some secrets that may have occurred in your situation. These secrets are being brought to the surface. Even if these secrets are things that were locked down within you, maybe some things that you didn't know about and some things that have been veiled, these things become unveiled around this period of time. So this includes people around you. Certain things are being exposed, especially if these were things that were hidden, people's motives, people's intentions, negative ones, or even positive ones. I think if they had positive intentions, you'd be able to see that quite easily. So we're going to be talking about, I feel like what I'm referring to are your blind spots, things that maybe you don't see. They're being exposed. It could be about someone else, even their feelings about you. Like their innermost feelings about you could possibly be coming out. And this could be what someone is communicating with you, or this could be something that maybe you're wanting to communicate to other people. You got some very important lessons that I think if you were kind of to really zero in and pay close attention, your spirit guides are revealing to you certain lessons that are needed during this period of time. Some of these lessons might be challenging, but it looks like you definitely have the capability of pulling through. Yeah, it seems like the energy is very powerful and intense when it comes to metamorphosis, any sort of changes that need to be made within or with someone else. This week is going to bring you a lot of clarity. There might be a lot of unexpected events that might take place that might be a bit frustrating, Gemini. Again, we're talking about control. You don't have complete control over certain circumstances, or this is maybe someone wanting control over you, some sort of manipulation, mind games playing out. I think that might be playing out as well, but we're going to get into that. This period of time is going to bring closure for you, whether or not this has something to do with external relationships or your relationship with yourself. During this period of time, I think you're going to come out of that, and you're going to come out of this feeling renewed and uplifted. And it might give you clarity about what to do next, especially if this has something to do with your career, especially if you're not sure what steps to take to make something, to like really maximize your potential with something. All these things, like I said, if you're able to kind of hone in and pay close attention, there's some things that you're going to be learning and seeing. Yep. Spirit says that's exactly learning and growth by not having control and learning to kind of trust and adapt to the things that are taking place. This is what comes about. I think that's what this week is about. I think you're concerned about money, really, during this period of time, since we're talking about stability and that being something that you're seeking, and you feel that you don't have that, or you feel that somebody around you does not have that and they're on your mind. That's possibly what this is. I think you had a multitude of things that are on your mind. And I do feel that somebody is playing games. So yeah, it's confirmed. There's somebody that's pretending that it could be a Virgo. There's someone that's playing games and pretending that they don't care. You don't mean that much. And they could possibly even be acting this way to other people, because it looks like in your situation, lies are being told. Lies could be being told to family, or maybe the people around you, or the people that are around this individual. They're not really being honest and forthright about their feelings. Somebody's playing a game with you. And I think this is the waiting game. I think someone is waiting for you, possibly, Gemini or cross watcher, to get in contact with them. For others of you, the waiting game is not connected to communication with like a significant other or this sort of thing, or a family member. It feels like you're waiting to maybe hear back from a job, or to hear back from maybe a company, or about a stable home. It seems like there's just a lot of things on your mind. There's a lot of things that you're trying to process. And people may have lost connection with you. It looks like you need some time to catch your breath. Where do I feel like you need some time to catch your breath? Your money. It seems like your money situation is all over the place. And maybe this is you possibly waiting for money. The money to be able to have that stability that you need. So maybe this isn't a pay week, or you don't have your financial situation. What am I trying to say? Maybe you get paid later. Maybe you get paid 5 days from now, or towards the end of the week. And it seems like you're still trying to hold on. Yeah. Something this week is going to require you to wait. So Spirit is saying, let that be the case. Wait patiently. And wait in faith. That might be a challenge in itself because, okay, let's talk about your emotions. Because I think that something has you on an emotional roller coaster. Remember, I was telling you, whatever is locked deep within, whatever has been pushed down and repressed, things are going to be triggered to bring certain emotions up to the surface. Things that maybe you haven't identified as an issue within self or regarding your emotions. Some of these deep emotions are going to come up. But like I said, you're going to come out of this having like a fresh approach. You could potentially, but like I said, you're going to have to, it seems like some spirit is causing you to dig deep when it comes to your own emotions. If these are not your emotions, then this might be the emotions of a child that is around you. Because I mentioned to you, you may have a child that pushes down their feelings, could be very quiet about what they're really feeling, but really and truthfully, I think you'll pick up on it. You're an earth sign that's coming back. So it does feel like someone could possibly be coming back to try to start over with you. Try to that's what that fresh approach is about. What happened? Because it looks like you're trying to, like somebody is working toward forgiveness. But there must have been some sort of upheaval that happened, and that's what I haven't identified yet. What am I trying to say? No, it's right here. You got the 5 of Swords. She got the sword in his mouth. She's stepping on his neck. I think that's at work. I think there's somebody at work that maybe wants you to be less vocal. There could be somebody trying to put their foot on your neck, basically, to keep you from elevating. And these could be your circumstances because, I'm going to kind of toggle back and forth in your reading and talk about different topics. So bear with me because that's how the reading is kind of coming out. Got the same type of energy with Capricorn. So this might be a situation where Gemini, you got a little bit of this going on, a little bit of that going on. Maybe you have 4 different things that you're juggling at the same time and you're having to keep everything afloat. Okay? It feels like it's that. Okay. You're going to prosper regardless. Thank you. I did mention that you might have a strong affinity for music, literature. Maybe you are, what am I trying to say, like an artist. Maybe music is your first love, this sort of thing, unless maybe you're going to a concert or whatever. Oh, that's what I was trying to figure out. What happened? What brought you to this place with this individual? Why are you not talking to this person? Beloved, prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe that you are lovable. that the issue? Is that the subconscious issue? Is that you don't feel that you're lovable? Or somebody else might feel this way, especially a child. Okay, you've obviously set strong boundaries. And there's obviously a trust issue between you and someone. But what happened? Okay. Regardless, I feel that you're going to have a positive outcome to something. I feel that you're having friction with someone. You feel judged. Yeah. Discernment. Okay. I think we've identified what happened. This is somebody keeping secrets from you. We talked about that. That certain things that were veiled are going to be exposed. You're using your discernment to decipher whether or not somebody is telling you the truth and whether or not somebody is really committed to what you've got, what the two of you have going on, whether this is a romantic relationship or this is a different relationship in your life, a platonic relationship, a working relationship. Oh, Gemini, you're meeting somebody new, I feel. You get into it with somebody. If this was not like a physical altercation, then this feels like this is a verbal one. And it seems like somebody may have struck a chord. That's what I mean about being triggered. Somebody said something to you possibly that struck a chord and it triggered a certain insecurity. Or someone could possibly be doing that this week. And this could be you dwelling on it. Unless this is something that already happened. Now, if somebody is saying something to you that's quite negative or quite judgmental, they're saying it out of their own insecurity. It feels like this was said by somebody that you love, like a love partner. It's not just like a commitment issue, because it definitely feels like you're dealing with somebody that's not really being straightforward and they're not being fully honest. So it seems like there's some hurt feelings connected to what happened. On the other side of the deck that I parted, it said perception. So I think someone is coming in to try to change your perception of the situation, or the two of you just have drastically different perceptions about what happened. Somebody this week is coming across very quick-tempered. It feels like this person has the propensity not to think before they speak. They just allow the words to come out, and so this is why somebody is feeling. Okay, they're going to pretend, rather than come to you to give you this apology and to try to make things right, they're going to act like they are not affected by what happened. But truthfully, you're on this person's mind. They can't stop thinking about you, and they can't stop thinking about the situation. It's a constant for them. You're staying on somebody's mind. Or what happened is staying on somebody's mind. I think somebody does want to come and solve the situation with you. And I think that it's due to the fact that maybe somebody feels lost right now. Maybe in the circumstances of their life, A, or B, somebody feels lost because maybe they feel like it's not that easy to come out and make things better, like automatically. Because it just seems like there's either, like, there could be physical distance. I feel like this is emotional distance as well. Somebody pushed you so far away. And I think that it is due to a lie. This is a lie that somebody has told on you, since we're talking about discernment and picking up on the truth and things being exposed. Yeah, I think somebody did lie. And maybe it's hard to let it go. This week it feels like you're dwelling on things. That you're dwelling on thoughts. You're dwelling on situations. revisiting, replaying things in your head. It just seems like it's hard to let something go. Unless this is a person, you feel like it's just really hard to let them go. So again, the issue is that somebody needs space. They need distance. So yeah, maybe this is somebody waiting for you, Gemini or Crosswatcher, to say something because they feel like you're not gonna let it go. Somebody's really hurt. And it might be confusing to you. It's like, well, how do you hurt me? And then now you're playing hurt. Somebody maybe didn't think you were gonna walk away, Gemini. And so I think somebody is hurt because they feel like you're walking away. Like you're really gonna walk away? You're not gonna try to work this out? That could be happening in some area of your life, but possibly a relationship. But like I said, keep an open mind. Broaden your perspective about this. I could be talking about anything. I mentioned work. It could be having an issue with somebody at work and that sort of thing. Yeah, somebody does feel like maybe they tried, that you've been here before, they tried it all before. And now somebody is trying to find a fresh approach to maybe break the ice with you, to maybe keep you from being so emotionally detached. Really and truthfully, if somebody is detached, it seems that somebody's trying to protect themselves. They're trying to protect themselves from getting hurt or detach themselves from unnecessary drama or stress that they feel like the situation brings. So yeah, needless to say, somebody's hurt. They feel like you're not going to compromise, you're not going to budge. For some of you, this could have something to do with your child, somebody that you co-parent children with. And that might be what's on somebody's mind as well, is the fact that maybe they do want to reunite with a child, or they do want to have a closer bond with a child, but it's due to separation, a separation that is completely unwanted. But it's because, for some of you, it's because they feel like they can't reach out to you, or you're inaccessible, you're unreachable at this period of time. So somebody's just really in their head over this situation. And I think the person that's distant has a lot of anger about the situation. And they're also circling and cycling these thoughts in their head about what happened. They feel like they were not completely unworthy of that type of treatment. So you got like a situation on your hands where it feels like someone wants to bridge the situation with you. They want to bridge the divide, bridge the gap. Maybe, like I said, literally, there's distance. Maybe this is someone that wants you to move closer. Maybe there's a long distance relationship that's strained. Let's shift over to parent-child relationships, because I definitely feel that that is what's being affected as well. Maybe you lost contact with your parent or your child or family member. Let's say family. There's a family member that's thinking really hard about you. They're very concerned about what might be going on because they haven't heard from you in a minute. There's even a friend that I think that this might fit with, because it looks like maybe there was a friend that maybe you used to communicate with quite often. And I think there was a friend that really enjoyed your company, and now things have tapered off and there's distance between the two of you. Something, you come in on this person's mind heavily. But this is a parent thinking very strongly about a child around this period of time, wanting to reach out. But it looks like there's friction that's keeping the two of you apart. So the angels step in, kind of bring something together, make some certain things happen that are in your life, that are going on in your life. This is a child that wants to feel important. And maybe in their upbringing, there's the confirmation. Maybe there's a child that didn't. Or this is maybe a child feeling like a parent put a romantic relationship ahead of them. So this is a child that's struggling to feel important. for that reason. Or this is a parent that comes across as very controlling. And this is a child maybe wishing that a parent would loosen their grip. What is the issue? Yeah, you're getting into it. Maybe you did have a problem with your significant other, or like I said, your child's other parent, or you've been going through it with your kid. Like I said, gaps could possibly be bridged. That's interesting, gaps. As soon as I said gaps, I feel like somebody has like a gap tooth. Or somebody might need gap insurance. Yeah, it has been a long time since I read for Scorpio. I've been feeling that I need to read for Scorpio. So if I do another sign today, it will be Scorpio. I need to do Aquarius too. That's what I see. So there could possibly be a peace offering. Maybe. At least there's a desire to make things better. Let me see. It seems like this person might reach out and try, but it seems like they're going to wait. You got a kid that might have an issue with their teacher. Maybe it's time to talk to their teacher. Because it looks like maybe there's a teacher that might be noticing that a kid is kind of going through something. Might be struggling with something at home. Yeah. So if there's something that you're noticing about a child, and it does not have to be that it's your own child, because let's talk about it. These could be your pupils. Or a child that maybe, it may not be your own, as I've stated, but this could, like I said, listen to it with an open mind. You're seeing something about a child. You feel like there's a child that's going through something. Yes. You're seeing the situation accurately. So it may not be a bad idea to check in with your child. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Yes, Spirit says this is exactly the case. This is somebody that's either waiting for you, Gemini, to make a peace offering, or vice versa. You're waiting for them to come to you to make peace about the situation. Like I said, there's a desire for this to take place. Somebody is waiting. Are they going to come forward? Maybe not. Maybe not. They're not coming to you in the physical form. Like they're not coming to you physically. Some of you, it's like not possible for someone to maybe, kind of show up as quickly as they would like to have a face-to-face conversation. For some of you, that's not possible at this time. But there could be a written message that could be coming to you. Someone could possibly be checking on you, the text, or this sort of thing. I'm sorry, intensity 21 marks. That sounds pretty intense. Yes, thank you. This is a parent that comes across as very controlling, or this is what, since we're talking about things coming to the surface, this could have been you. This could have been your childhood, things that you experienced. A parent that just kind of like stripped away at you, pulled something out of you, broke your spirit. And I was telling you, it's kind of hard for you to let it go. But this week, it's on your mind. And there's something that you got to let go for your own personal release, because it feels like something has been holding you back for the longest, Gemini, and your spirit guides are coming to you and they want you to listen. They want you to listen to what they have to say, or this is maybe listen to the words of a child, because you may not know how deep this depression goes. And it seems like it might be kind of serious. Gemini or cross scratcher. Your spirit guides say yes. That's exactly the case. Maybe this is you kind of struggling through depression. Let's see what else might be going on, because I talked about your money. Yeah, this is just so irritating what I'm seeing in this reading. But like I said, I'm gonna get back to that. I'll go to that. It's probably something I'll address later, like last possibly. especially as I get more context. Okay. I do think that you're moving. Either you're moving, Gemini, or some of you, you're real estate agents. You might be getting in contact with a realtor. Maybe there's a project that maybe you're working on. Maybe you want to purchase a house. Or you own real estate. Like I said, you own a house, you own an Airbnb, that sort of thing. But it feels like you're trying to rent this out. Or you are the person that wants to rent a place, this sort of thing. I think this is also you waiting. Because it looks like you want your own space. Literally, I think. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel like you belong. You want to feel important. But it feels like maybe in your living quarters right now, some of those boxes are not checked. Some of those things, some of those items are missing. So for some of you, it seems like the issue is that you're waiting to maybe, like I mentioned to you before, to hear back from someone. And it seems like something might have hit you kind of hard. Your pockets is what I'm trying to talk about, because it looks like maybe you're down to the change, you're down to the nub when it comes to your financial situation. It seems like that's an issue, your money. So maybe right now you don't have the money, and maybe you're kind of waiting for that money to come in to be able to get your own space. And maybe right now, maybe you're living in tight quarters, or you're living in maybe a shared space. Maybe you live in an apartment building, and maybe your neighbors are just really full of BS. Because it does feel like you're affected by the people that are around you. I feel like it could be your neighbors. Oh, come on, let's talk about it. You are getting a written message. Unless you're going back and forth through text message, Gemini, and something that was said through text is pissing somebody off. They're thinking about this. But yeah, it feels like right now you're not sure where you're going next. If this has something to do with a living situation. And maybe this whole circumstance is kind of stripping away at your self-esteem. Because it seems like things that were unexpected happened. And you know somebody's behind it. You already know. You already know somebody's watching you in the cut, right, Gemini? So right now, it feels like that's what you're doing right now. You're trying to get your finances straight. Again, you're looking for that stability, that security. There's some money that comes through. Gemini or cross watcher. Maybe, yeah, that's what you're concerned about, random. Maybe you might be seeing caution tape around you. But yes, you're concerned about your money. And if it's not your money, then you're concerned about somebody else's financial situation, their well-being, if anything. See how this kid is in tattered clothes? Maybe it's time to go clothes shopping, Gemini. Someone is noticing that maybe there's a child that appears unkempt. Could be a parent that maybe wants to do more for a child, but it's due to their financial situation that they can't really give a child at this moment what they need, because it seems like right now what you're chasing is keeping a roof over your head. So we talked about moving. Some of you could possibly be moving. Okay, if this is you moving back in with a family member, that's what's stripping away at you. Because it looks like, again, something hit your pockets and it was very unexpected. So you get what I mean by you asking if you get what I mean. You would be the one going through it, or somebody close to you. So yeah, Gemini, I think you see the point that I'm trying to make. Oh, did you delete somebody's phone number? Or you unfriended somebody? Spirit says, yeah, you did. So if you blocked somebody, unfriended them or whatever, come on, they're feeling the impact of this. So we talked about your living situation. We talked about your money. It feels like some money is going to come in. Like I said, it feels like it comes in a little bit later. You might have to wait a little bit. You might have to plan ahead a little bit, maybe budget what you have. This feels like, okay, net income is what I get with this. So it may have something to do with your taxes. Maybe you're concerned about taxes. You might need to catch up with your tax situation. Come on. For you, it's a father wound. If it's not you, I mentioned you, if that's the co-parenting issue. You have an issue with your baby's father. But that's who this is. Like I said, there's a separation from a child, and there's a father that may want to come forward, unless your father passed. Some of you, the issue is that you don't have your dad because of circumstances. Your dad may have passed. See, this is a parent that's afraid to let maybe a child's other parent come forward because they're afraid of the damage that it could cause, the dysfunction that it could cause, maybe allowing somebody to have too much access to a child, because it definitely feels like there's trust issues connected to this situation. What are we talking about, spirit guides? We didn't talk about work. Let's take a minute to go and look in detail about what might be playing out there. Well, I kind of touched on it at the beginning of the reading. Some of you, your purpose is to enlighten other people, to be an inspiration. Maybe you are a counselor on some level. It could be you are a teacher. We talked about that. Maybe you are literally a counselor at school. This gives me social worker vibes. You social services. Is that? Yeah, that's a government worker. Social services is government. Somebody spends a lot of time in the bathroom too, Gemini. Just a random side note, just a random observation. Spirit guys, what's going on with Gemini? It might not be a bad idea to go to a counselor, Gemini. Looks like you might be going to the grocery store. You might need some some groceries. Goodness, what is going on? Every card I'm pulling is showing me that you're just going through it. And you don't know what's going to happen next. So since we're on the topic of work, I think that might be part of what that is. You're not sure about what's going to happen next. Random, some of you could be taking public transportation. Maybe there's something going on with your transportation at the moment. Well, with work, we're going to talk about it. I think that's where you reached an obstacle. I was mentioning to you, some of you are waiting to hear back from a job. And that's the dilemma. Well, some of you are waiting for somebody to leave a third party situation. You have a third party. If that is your situation that I'm talking about, you have that. Somebody, there's someone waiting on the outside of the third party for somebody to leave. For some of you, okay. Maybe you're waiting for. I definitely feel like it's a transportation issue. So maybe this week, maybe worried about your car payment. I think you're waiting to hear back from a job. I think you are. And I think that communication does come in. Okay? Because it seems like that's what you're fearful of. You're afraid that maybe your financial situation will not pan out. Mm-mm. Your spirit guides are saying you're going to be able to gather together the funds that you need to make something happen, to reach a particular goal that at the beginning of the week feels like is virtually impossible because of your finances. You're like, I keep trying to fix this financial hurdle, but I can't seem to get a hold of it. It might feel that way. But at work, it does. It feels like you're very goal-oriented. You're really trying to make ends meet. And it really feels like you're going to work with a goal. For those of you who are not, you're not in the category of looking for a job. But like I said, let me repeat this for emphasis. If you are, there's a callback that I see coming in for you. Or you're going to find your niche, basically. Maybe you're looking in the wrong areas. Maybe literally, like the wrong areas, like the wrong city sort of thing. Or some of you, you're looking in the wrong line of work, and maybe there might be a need to kind of broaden your perspective or broaden your a fresh approach to maybe a job search. Some of you, it's the commute. You work a long distance away. You don't have time for your family because you're spending a lot of time within your vehicle. I hope this is not you living within your vehicle. Gemini, some of you, it looks like you want a new car to alleviate the transportation issues. That's a goal that you have. I think you might have to wait though, but I think that you'll get it. Be mindful of people that are excessively nosy. If you're somebody that kind of keeps your window open, you do have people kind of peering in. And be careful not to make yourself a target. Because it looks like somebody, or if it's not your house, then it might be your car. Like if you're leaving things readily exposed, especially financial information of this sort, be mindful about the placement of these items. Because it could come back to hurt you. Because you got somebody that's kind of weird in the background in your reading. Okay, so we talked about that. We're talking about work, right? Yeah, some of you, maybe you work with the government. What did I say? Social services. How does social services handle? They handle medical insurance. Maybe you need medical insurance. What are they? Benefits? Is that what's going on? Maybe you're needing some financial assistance. Maybe some of you could be going to a government building. Maybe. Or there could be a government worker that could be involved in the background. Especially if we're talking about court and police and this sort of thing. We're talking about transportation. So let's talk about that for a minute, because I think that could potentially be a barrier this week is your transportation, especially if you do not have your paperwork in order. And you already know that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have your insurance, like everything that you need to drive legally. Because it looks like you would know that. And that's something that you're worried about. Because I did say you got somebody hiding in the cut. It could be a police officer. I did say somebody could have passed. And you could possibly be visiting someone's memorial. Are you doing a vigil for someone? Maybe this is someone's birth date. Someone passed that could be a Capricorn. Or this is someone's death date. Maybe they passed away in Capricorn season or Aquarius season. Aquarius is next week. Some of you are on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn. Magnifying lens. That's what I mean about nosy people. Maybe you're packing and leaving. Maybe for some of you, this is you leaving a job. You want to leave a job. We were talking about your car, though. The great detective. You feel judged. Is this what I mean? This feels like it's a social worker. It feels like you have a legal situation, and it looks like somebody could possibly be looking into something. Yes. Paper trail. I mentioned to you taxes and this sort of thing. So you could possibly be taking a closer look into your money situation. Maybe you're going to a financial advisor or a tax expert or whatever. Definitely. Somebody's looking at your money. For some of you, this is not a bad thing for, you to maybe keep a good paper trail when it comes to your finances. Especially, like I said, I didn't say this. If you are a business owner, this is you. I think we got this card that says phobias. Are you afraid of being audited? Because it seems like you could be. There's a lot of fear surrounding money. So you could possibly be visiting the bank, or you might be getting some money kind of sprinkled into your bank account. Somebody's in jail. This is you maybe afraid. Maybe you work with the jail system. Are you afraid to go to jail? Somebody around you could be. Oh, especially like I said, if this has something to do with driving. Somebody could be drinking and driving. Because did I say somebody has an alcohol issue, Capricorn? I'm not calling you Capricorn. Maybe it is a Capricorn. Maybe you have a Capricorn child. Somebody has an issue with alcohol. Somebody may need to do like Alcoholics Anonymous, partake less in the alcohol. I think somebody knows that. I think somebody has a drinking problem. This is Gemini. You had a court date coming up, Gemini. For some of you, it's for a child. This is a situation where this is court custody case. This is child custody case. This is child support. What's going on? Unless somebody's trying to say that someone is neglecting a child. Okay, I think I see what's going on with your work situation. Yeah, you got some involvement with the courts. So that's something that you're worried about. That's something that has you so frazzled. It feels like something about a court situation could be hidden. Like someone is trying to hide something, cover something up. Or like we talked about that somebody is trying to shut you up. Gemini, I am struggling not to call you Capricorn. Somebody's trying to silence you, put their foot on your neck. There could be some corruption that could possibly be going on within the legal system that maybe you're concerned about. And it looks like you're looking for justice for a particular legal situation, possibly even for a spiritual situation, because I definitely see that. And I mentioned I'm going to come back to that at the end of the reading so that we can address that. But maybe you need your birth certificate for something. Since we're talking about transportation and that sort of thing, you want to gas up your car or charge your car ahead of time because something could have you running a bit late. Maybe you might be getting a little bit turned around. You might be confusing one street for another because it seems like things are just kind of tense and you're moving at such a quick pace. But we were talking about work. Let's go back to that. Somebody's trying to silence you. Who? The competition. So yeah, I don't doubt that somebody is maybe trying to put their foot on your neck, basically, to keep you from advancing. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Some of you, this could be due to discrimination. This could be sexism, colorism, racism. You get what I mean. Somebody could be like a closet Karen. Is that possible for somebody to be a closet? Karens are stereotypically very vocal, yeah. But like I said, somebody's real genuine feelings for you that are hidden, that are suppressed, or they just don't say it, or they say it behind your back. You are going to very possibly witness what somebody genuinely feels about you. It feels like somebody at work is a problem. And it seems like somebody at work is pretty nosy. Somebody's trying to infringe on your privacy. And I was trying to figure out why. Why would that be the case? Let's talk about it. I guess that's why Spirit had me talk about this in the beginning of the reading about your purpose. It feels like somebody feels like you're in a completely different tax bracket than them. Okay, so this could be them. Maybe they don't make as much as you. And this is definitely somebody trying to figure out, oh, how much money does Gemini make? I need to see, I need to know, I need the scoop. Because Gemini, somebody might feel like you're getting all the opportunities or that you're kind of taking the opportunities from them and this sort of thing in their mind. Since we're talking about insecurity, There might be something about you, Gemini, that triggers other people's insecurity. It's not anything that you're necessarily doing wrong, but it feels like you have a lot of influence, you have a lot of pull. When you speak, others pay attention, they listen. Let's talk about that for a second. This could even be a kid. Maybe they need to pay more attention to the teacher. Yeah. Being taken seriously, being affirmed. So people feel like there's something about you when you come to work that you're getting all the shine and that you're moving up. And this feels like this is somebody kind of stretching their neck to see what's going on with you. Or this is somebody that feels like you're getting all the privileges. But there's something just very special, very unique with you. You're someone who takes care of other people. You're a team player. You're very intelligent, very enlightened, very book smart. This is what you, Gemini, are observing in someone else. And this is you being the troublemaker, possibly, because the reading can always be reversed. I said all that to say this. You got haters. So people that are like closed, maybe they're keeping their mouth shut, but you really kind of peep a vibe about them, Gemini, that somebody is just really not a fan of you, what it is that you do, or there's just some sort of jealousy that somebody has towards you about what you're doing. Seems like somebody doesn't give you your space, like they're all up in your business. This is somebody that's trying to throw you off, throw distractions your way, Gemini. And if they're not doing this through little snide remarks, we're going to talk about how they're doing this, how this could be playing out in other ways in your life. But this could definitely be somebody in your life that could be playing detective. This could be a partner that could be playing detective to kind of see what's going on, especially if you have something of a really weird vibe, not a weird vibe, but like a romantic vibe going on with somebody at work, like you're cheating with somebody at work, or they're suspecting that you're cheating with somebody at work. Somebody's playing detective, but this could definitely be somebody at work playing that role, trying to figure out what's going on with you, trying to cause problems for you. Random side note while I see it, you do have somebody that's watching you. I mentioned that. For some of you, this is somebody that is an ex of yours, especially if they're scorned by the situation. But for a lot of you, this is a rival at work. A rival that you didn't start, right? But this is somebody, again, the competition, someone sees you as this. You're under a lot of pressure, Gemini, this week. You're scrambling to get things done. It feels like you got a lot of tasks that are going to be on your mind, a lot of things that have been not like that are incomplete. It feels like it might feel for you that it's a struggle upstream to get certain things done. And I was saying why. We're talking about why, because someone is sending distractions your way. Some of you, it's not that someone is sending distractions. It's just due to the fact that that's just the vibe. There's just a lot going on at work or just in your life, period. So this could be you at work. Mention somebody's paying way too much attention to you. Somebody might see the stress on your face. And there could be someone that could be taking the opportunity to be an ish starter. Oh, spirit guys say Aries. Somebody you're butting heads with. Or maybe you have Aries in your chart. Spirit guys, what's going on with Gemini at work? Yeah. It just seems like it's a time management thing, or something is bombarding you at an inopportune time while you're at work. I'm trying to tell you, somebody's trying to pull the wool over your eyes with something at work. You got the Seven of Swords here as well. So this feels like I mentioned to you earlier, there's a snake at work. And like I said, somebody that might take the opportunity to try to F up your situation, Gemini. Come on, pickpocketing. Somebody's trying to take money from you. You see how he's got his hand in her purse? Somebody got their hand in your finances. I say the county building. This looks like maybe that's the DMV or whatever. Maybe you got to go to the DMV. Or maybe, like I said, you're going to the county building, a government building for whatever reason, the tax building. What am I trying to say? Work. Okay. That's what that is. It seems like that's somebody trying to mess you up. But I don't think that this person or these people that are trying to block you or prevent you from advancing are going to be able to be prosperous. They're not going to be able to, they can form that weapon, but it's never going to prosper in this situation. It's just not. It feels like your spirit guides are coming in to talk to you about something. I mentioned to you a lot of things that are going to be exposed, especially if these are people that are trying to hold you back or pull some strings to keep something from playing out for you, because this is the perfect time to talk about it. You got some black magic that's being done in your situation. Somebody could possibly be a tarot reader. This could be a tarot reader doing this to another reader. Or maybe somebody's not a reader, but somebody is trying to F you up. Unless, like I said, this is pushback. This is payback. Like somebody has done something to you and you like, you know what? Let me fix this. So I feel that there could be magic that could be going back and forth. There could definitely be some defensive magic that could be done in this situation. What is somebody trying to mess up your blessings? But like I said, this is what someone cannot mess up. Somebody wants you to see you down on your luck, Gemini or cross watcher, but your spirit guides come in to make sure that you are blessed, or to make sure that something that is supposed to play out for you actually does. And somebody is just so hell-bent, so obsessed with trying to, like I said, mess something up that you're doing. And they're doing it all the time. This person is very persistent. And you're like, can you just stop? Can you just stop already? Okay, so like I said, somebody is being very pushy, very irritating to you. And I think this is you giving them pushback. Somebody could possibly be trying to swindle you out of money, especially if you are a business owner. So be mindful of this sort of thing. We talked about things that are hidden, things that are blind spots for you are going to be unveiled. Let's go and talk about this mind manipulation. This feels like this is a domination spell. It does feel like somebody is trying to manipulate your mind, or there's some sort of mind control. There could be a child that could be under mind control. It could even be an adult. What's going on? You got a kid that's a runaway, or maybe they don't spend a lot of time at home. Gemini, what's going on at work? Lies. This is definitely people spreading lies about you, Gemini or cross watcher, or there's somebody lying on your name or vice versa. A spouse, there's a spouse that knows that you're lying to them about something, or vice versa. Somebody has a very strong intuition and they're able to kind of pick this up. But it seems like somebody's trying to affect your money. And by the looks of it, it's taken place. This is already something that has already happened. We talked about it. Somebody's being very persistent, but this is somebody that's maybe a bit of a troll on social media. Looks like you're under surveillance. You're being watched, Gemini. And if somebody is watching your socials or watching you in some sort of way, reporting you or whatever, they're going to cover it up. So if this is somebody maybe, or try to make it seem like it's somebody else, they're trying to camouflage something that they're doing. I feel that somebody is trying to report somebody, a neighbor, somebody at work, this sort of thing. But whatever they're saying or trying to expose about you is a lie. They're trying to manipulate other people to believe the things that they're saying. The letter J could be relevant. You guys are saying doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Something this week might make you feel very insecure because you don't know how something is going to play out. Or maybe, quite frankly, there's somebody that's saying stuff and you really doubt that what they're saying is the truth. 9 times out of 10, they probably are being deceptive to you. But like I said, the truth is exposed. And especially if this is, again, someone trying to brainwash. This is somebody weaving a web of lies, and it seems like somebody's going to get caught in their lie, and you'll detect it. Now, if you are detecting red flags about what somebody is saying, Gemini or cross-watcher, this is your sign to back up, observe, and reassess the situation. Don't gloss over it, because it seems like there's something that's relevant about this. You got somebody that's asking you a ton of questions. Gemini, listen to your guardian angel, because it definitely feels, but this could be the person in the past that's in your reading that is your guardian angel looking out for you. There could be some insightful things that you could be getting as a download from your guardian angel or from your spiritual team. Financial situations, I feel that they have a way of straightening themselves out this week, especially if something is exposed that maybe you didn't know about. And if this has something to do with a strategy or whatever, it feels like this is a strategy coming together, but something is going to require you to have patience. You might have to redo a strategy. Maybe your first strategy wasn't right, but you might come back with another. This is a time that you are going to re-strategize. Contracts, anything that is legally binding. I think that there could be a contract that is offered to you, a work opportunity that is offered to you, especially if this is you out of a job, worried about income. But let's roll it back for a minute. I was telling you, you're gonna, that's not the right card, that you're gonna be able to gather together the funds that you need, even though at the beginning of the week you were not sure how this is gonna go. This is where you would be having some doubts. You already know about deceit around you, Gemini. There could be someone that is accusing you of being deceptive. Or maybe you are, Gemini, about something. Or somebody feels this way about you. Or you feel this way about someone else, is what I'm trying to say. You're going to be making some decisions, Gemini. You got to trust yourself to make the right decisions. You may not know all of the information that you need to make a certain decision, to feel confident, fully confident in this decision, but something is going to require you to move forward regardless of that. Yeah, your angels, your spirit guides are definitely coming through very heavily. This is even, okay, detective. I know I need to close this up because I can keep going and keep going. This is somebody gathering together information. This is somebody piecing together the truth amongst the lies, amongst some sort of deception. This could be the public even. You're getting justice, Gemini or cross-watcher, with regard to something that is going on in your situation, be it legal or spiritual. Spirit guides, the advice for the Gemini nation for the next 7 days. The way forward is open. I feel that this is your spirit guides removing obstacles that have been placed in front of you. Whether it was placed by somebody else that's just really irritating you and getting on your nerves, or this is just life circumstances. You're not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. I will guide you to your personal and spiritual freedom. The way forward is open. Opportunities abound. Something is going to require you to be persistent, Gemini or cross-watcher. That might be a big test for you, especially the clock. The clock is your enemy this week. It feels like you're racing against the clock within those 24-hour period to get something completed. But in that time frame, you might feel that you're trapped or you're not going to complete something or accomplish something in the allotted amount of time. Your spirit guides come in to give you guidance. But again, this is all contingent upon you calling on your angels, because it definitely feels like you're calling on your angels and they respond, especially when it comes to something that you're afraid of. We talked about that at the top of the reading. Your angels come through. Trust and faith is what's going to be required moving forward. This is what's going to equip you this week. Come on with it. These spirit guides are definitely speaking up. Trust your angels. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. Needless, we just talked about that. There's the confirmation. Let it go. Whatever it happens to be, Gemini or cross watcher, your guides are very adamant about it. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, but it definitely feels that it is something that is tagging onto your emotions. Like there's something that you need to release in this period of time. Let it go. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so that you can embrace the future. So we've already identified what it is that you may need to let go of. People from your past, issues from your past, inner child issues that have set up a huge blockade for you. You may not know that you could possibly be blocking your own self, blocking your own path. This is why certain situations look the way that they look this week. Remember, I was telling you at the top of the reading, certain things need to be unveiled. Things that you don't really know about or things that you're not really conscious of on a daily basis, but they come forth. Spirit, what does Gemini need to release in this period of time? Someone wants to feel acknowledged. Nervousness. That's normal. It looks like given your circumstances, you would be nervous because something is timely. But your lesson this week is also patience. Release nervousness. We talked about that, about your, your fixation to the outcome of situations. You're not always going to know the outcome before it happened. Let's roll it back. When I pulled this card that said control, this is you maybe wanting to control your circumstances. Your guides say stay calm. Maybe you have issues with anxiety. Yes. Release your insecurities. That's why certain things are happening this week or coming up, because Spirit wants you to know what is the trigger, what is the issue. It's now coming into view for you. What do your spirit guides want you to install? Being optimistic rather than being nervous, rather than being insecure and doubting that things are not going to play out. Seems like that's what you're entertaining. The worst possible scenario. Your spirit guides are saying, we've got you. But they're saying that you got to listen. Okay? Because, well, not that you have to. You have free will. But the card says, listen to your guardian angel. If this is something that you care to do, if it's not, disregard. But if this is a message that is genuinely for you, your angels have a message for you. But it may be very difficult to get that message through to you in the state of mind that you're coming into the reading with. That of feeling stuck, trapped, no options. I can't move. I can't do a thing. My circumstances dictate my mood, that sort of thing. You're human, of course. The Spirit is saying gain a bit more control over your thinking, which is something that you're capable of doing. With that, Gemini Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. If you'd like to book a personal with me, then head over to my website, which happens to be angelicascensionstarot.com. Thank you, Gemini Nation, for deciding to tune in this week. Have a beautiful, blessed, and productive week. I will see y'all in the next one.